Welcome back to Nerd Thug Radio. Captain Joey Savage.
Corey DLG.
Me, go DLG.
And this segment we're going to get into a little Comicpalooza news. It just happened a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
You know, it takes us like a full week to digest the greatness that is these cons.
And go through all the content we generated,
And be
too.
like, okay, what do we want to talk about? How do we want to cover it?
What do we want to use? What do we want to cut?
Yada, yada, yada. But before we do that, Conroe, there's a new sports bar in town. Wildling. It's got a modern-day rustic saloon with all-American charm. It's a sports bar and restaurant in the Conroe Woodlands area, right there at FM 1488 and I-45. It's got a great ambiance and atmosphere. It's got delicious food, cold drinks, and the best scenery in town. With over 70 televisions regularly showing local and national sporting events, with weekly specials and prices, Wildling Restaurant, Conroe, Texas, is the place to be. Now, let's get out. Now we got that out of the way.
Oh.
Right, so Comicpalooza.
Before we even get into anything,
Yes, sir.
how exhausted were you by Sunday afternoon?
Okay, so here we go. So we did Comicpalooza last year, not to this extent.
Nope.
We've done 2 AVC cons, Lafayette, Shreveport.
And we even went to Comicpalooza when it was 4 days.
That was the best time ever.
That was.
So Comicpalooza one year was on Memorial Day weekend, and it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And me and the DLG hit all 4 days. It was great.
Like rock stars.
But, this one,
It was just something different, right?
yeah, so going into it, so we go in on Friday.
I think we got to talk about Thursday, too.
What we do-
I think Thursday was a big part of it. It was your mom's birthday.
Oh, yeah, so the Thursday before Comicpalooza was
Right.
my mom's birthday. You were doing your Mother's Day stuff.
Yeah.
And so we had that going, then we're in studio, and don't get much sleep.
Then we could jump into Friday.
Roll it into Friday. So we get there Friday, and we're kind of scoping the whole scenery out, seeing, what we're going to be able to talk to, how everything looks, like what's going on. And so got a pretty good feeling. Now, what did I tell you? 1.2 million square feet at the GRB?
Yeah.
1.2 million square feet this place covered. And this year, it was all Comicpalooza.
Yeah.
Like in years past, they've grown exponentially each year. And so sometimes they have a hall cut off, they got something else going on.
Right.
Or upstairs, they have something going on.
Remember like 4 or 5 years ago there was a graduation going on?
Right. This year, no thank
Nothing.
you. It was
Nothing.
all Comicpalooza time.
You even had a film festival?
Yeah,
And
there's a film
obviously
festival. Our boys, Ken Costantino with Attack of the Killer Shrews, which you saw.
I did.
I wanted to go see it, but the family was with me on Sunday. It was towards the end of the con day, and they wanted to,
Just a minute, you don't like scary movies?
Was it that scary, though?
No, it was
It was
hilarious.
right.
Spooky.
It was hilarious.
Did you see it, Nico?
No, I was not
Oh,
there,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, you didn't show up. I
That's
forgot.
right. That's right.
I thought maybe you saw it in a different avenue or something. But,
No, it was hilarious.
yeah, I wanted to go see it, but it was at 3 o'clock on Sunday. I had Mommy Savage, Willie Savage, Sadie Savage, and they wanted to do the floor thing. And
And I didn't think it was going to be as long as it was. It was literally the
80 minutes?
full 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Because you texted me right when it started.
Uh-huh.
I was like, all right, we're just getting into it. And then when you were like, hey, let's go, it had been over for maybe 10 minutes.
Right. Yeah, but so Saturday, we spent Saturday from 9:30 in the morning to 7:30 at night, hitting the entire con floor, talking to people. We interviewed, several great cosplayers. You'll see those videos coming up here pretty soon. We got 3 exclusive interviews. One with your hero.
Yes, I've talked about it numerous times on the show. Starman, the writer of Starman, and the artist as well.
Right.
The writer, James Robinson. And actually, we talked to him all 3 days.
And the artists are the
The artist, Tony Harris.
Tony Harris.
So we definitely we hung out with him. I'm gonna brag on myself. I'm pretty cool under pressure. I don't get phased. We talked about this during the con. I can go up to anybody and
Right.
talk about anything. I definitely geeked out, fanboyed out with James Robinson.
Well, Friday, I left early.
And we'd been looking for him, and we never found him.
And Friday, I had to leave early to pursue my dream of being a all-star K-ball coach. And,
How's that going?
it's going great. It's going awesome, actually. You know what?
They don't even keep scoring the
No,
league, and he's
but
like,
sidebar-
we're winners.
But no one gets as many outs as we do. We're the best team. Sidebar: before we go on to Comicpalooza, I felt like 4 parents text me this week asking me if I can private tutor their kids over the summer. They're in K-ball, so I'm doing something right, bruh. Anyways,
There
so
you go.
you had text me,
Yeah.
or I think you called me and I was on the field, so
Yeah.
I called you back and you were geeking out. He's like, I found Starman. Dude, yeah, I talked to him for like 15 minutes. He wants us to interview him tomorrow. And like, yeah, man. Like,
I was pumped.
I got Major Wood right now. Like, I am yeah, I'm poking out.
Yeah, I wasn't even steering with my hands. Like I was
No.
that excited. Like it was awesome. Yeah, because it was weird because you and I have been looking for them
All day.
We went through all the section with all the artists because when they invite the named guests like that, like the different comic book creators, they're in their own little section.
Right.
So we're walking through that neighborhood of the con, and we see all the other people, but we don't see James Robinson or Tony Harris.
Nope.
And I start to be like, and I had already Friday afternoon I had gone over the list of canceled guests, so
They weren't one of them.
they weren't on it. So I was like, well, they've got to be here because Comicpalooza's done a good job of announcing who wasn't there. Charlie Cox had to cancel, and they invited Katie Leutz in his place.
Correct.
Rikishi had to cancel, I believe because of the death in the family.
Well, that was a while back. He probably just couldn't make it.
Couldn't fit on an airplane.
Yeah, I mean, Roman Reigns wrestled like 2 days later.
Yeah, the articles say he's very upset though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just been, we were kind of walking around and doing everything else, but every time we went through that area, we had the mind that we were trying to find these two.
These guys. Never found them.
Never found them. Then it turns out they were kind of parked on an end cap, which in reality is a great spot because they were actually on the entrance side.
They were on the best side.
They had primo seating, but because we were looking so actively in the aisles, we kept walking by these two and never realizing we walked by them. And I probably saw that Airboy banner like 10 times Friday and never once was even like, oh shit, this is James. Oh.
Nico, get that out.
Get a little bit of work there.
So we found
James
them.
Robinson above it.
so we found them. So we talked to them on Saturday. We interviewed them. Corey let Corey do it. Me and Nico took turns shooting it because his arm got tired. So look for those videos.
It's got a 9-minute interview.
It is, and my arm got tired holding the mic, but like a champ, I powered through.
So those videos are coming. They should be up by now. You'll be able to check those out. They're on our YouTube page. They're going to be on our Facebook page as well.
Yeah.
We got to talk to him about some really cool stuff that we can't talk about now. He's going to come back on the show a little later.
When it's ready, he's gonna come talk to us.
Give us the exclusive. So be on the lookout for that.
We'll try and do some sort of big announcement for that.
But then, man, did we not have the hardest time trying to get people to talk to us on the radio?
Man, okay, yeah, can we? I don't remember his name. Do you want to call him out? Do you remember his actual name? I just call him Foggy Nelson.
No, we'll start with this way. We'll start here. The guy who plays Herschel in The Walking Dead.
Yes.
So we start there.
Yeah,
we pump Nico up. Nico's gonna interview him. It's gonna be Nico's first interview of
I had the
someone
heartfelt
like that.
story. I was going in there strong.
That was the most frustrating because we had pumped Nico
Let
up.
me tell you this as I tell this story to our listeners.
Okay.
That guy did not seem to know where he was at all.
He did seem a little out of it, but he also was sort of brisk about it too.
So we
I
walk
did
up.
appreciate that.
So we walk up, and Corey says, "Hey, I'm Corey DLG. This is Joey Savage." And he goes like, "Hey, we're Nerds Like Radio. Would you mind if you got time today, we can get an interview?" He's like, "An interview? Well, with who?" And you're like holding your press pass, like, us. We're Nerd Thug Radio.
We all have our shirts on that say
Right.
Nerd Thug Radio. We're geared out.
We're Nerd Thug Radio.
We have headphones out. We have a microphone in our hands.
And then his handler's like, "Let me see your card." So she takes the card, looks it over. "Oh, we're not doing any interviews today.
Right. No media.
No media at all today." Mind you, there's nobody in this guy's line.
Yeah, he's not even behind his table. He's actually in front of his table,
He's
leaning
next
on
to
it.
yeah. He's next to the SpongeBob cast.
Right.
Nobody coming to see Herschel, baby.
They're
Nobody.
literally like 12 deep for SpongeBob, and
And
he
the whole
can't get
time he's
any
just
love.
smiling, and he's like, "Well, nice to meet you." Then he gave us like the girliest handshake ever.
Right.
You're a
Right.
piece of work, son.
Kind of wanted to squeeze it and break old man
Yeah.
hands.
Ah!
Oh.
Take this hand. But then we went and talked to Finn Jones, who plays the Iron Fist. We got to talk to him for a total of maybe 3 minutes before they're like, "Oh man, hey, yeah, let me clear it with my manager first." Okay, well that means no. All right, well hey man, you do a great job. Thank you. Shook his hand, walked off. So then we walked next door to Candace Patton, who plays Iris West on The Flash. Get about 3 minutes with her. Same concept. "Oh, let me talk to my manager. Hey, you do a great job. Okay, thank you." Handshake. That's not happening. Walk off. So then we're walking around. So we get over to the other side where the lesser big stars. I mean, they're still stars in their own right, but they're not the big draw.
Right, they're not the main characters of a show.
And so the guy who plays Foggy Nelson on
The Daredevil Netflix.
he was also on, if you watch The Mighty Ducks like we did growing up,
He's the big scary kid.
he's the big scary kid. And he's just like chilling, right? Like he's
Nobody's around him. And I've been prefacing every one of these with, look, I don't want to mess with your money.
Right.
I will work around your schedule. And everyone's been like, hey, we really appreciate that, but I'll have to clear with my manager.
Which I get. And the next segment, me and DLG are going to kind of dissect our thoughts on that process.
Right.
But he looked like a cool dude. Like Everybody else was kind of dressed decent, nice, or like Luke Cage. Mike Coulter was there. We saw
Yep.
from a distance. He was kind of wearing almost Luke Cage type clothing.
Yeah.
This dude's wearing like a cap and he's got these skull rings and a black shirt. I'm like, man, this is our kind of guy.
Right. He
Walk
did
up.
look like our kind of guy.
Corey gives him the spill. He's like, hey, what's up, guys? Gives us the handshake. Talk to him. Gives us the same spill. And then Corey, you just tell him.
I flat out, I said, hey man, I can appreciate, running through your manager. I said, is this just a really nice no? I said, look, we're media, but we've been getting that all day from all the stars here. This is what we do. Our show is about the
Pop
nerds
culture.
and about pop culture. It's for the nerds.
We want 10 minutes tops.
Yeah, I said, anytime you want to give us, we would totally take. I said, but is this what's the deal? Like,
So he kind of gave us a somewhat honest / safe answer, and he was
Right.
just kind of like, "Hey, man, look, I really honestly don't know what I can and can't say. So like, I always find I get myself in trouble when I do these interviews."
and then he was like, and I also don't like how I sound. I feel like I sound stupid.
And Corey was like, "Well, Jay Savage sounds dumb the whole time," and
Right.
he like runs the show basically.
Right.
He laughs a little bit, so like, "Oh, maybe we're getting in." And Corey was like, "Well, dude, we just want to talk Mighty Ducks with you, bro."
Right. We don't want to get you in trouble. I'll talk Mighty Ducks
And
for
he
5
was-
minutes.
He was just like, "Yeah, I just sound really stupid." Corey's like, "All right, well, I give him the card. I say, hey, man, if you change your mind, this is Saturday. We'll be here all weekend." And then that led us into an actual interview, which we'll get into next segment.
Right.
But to wrap it all back and forth, yeah, by Monday or by Sunday when we showed up to the con, we had planned on maybe getting 5 to 6 more cosplay interviews, and we were just like, "Yep, done."
We were just wiped out.
I'm wiped
man.
out. Like, I could care less. If somebody
I think I did one.
We did-
Sunday.
2 that day, I believe.
Yeah.
And that was it.
We saw 2 really good costumes. Like, oh, we got to get this.
Yeah.
And we had a third one planned. A cosplayer that I found on Instagram. She was doing a really good Black Canary. But by the time she showed up, we were shut down. Corey was in a movie. So we didn't get to get that one. So we would have.
You should have had Sadie Savage do that one.
I know, right? That would have been great. You know what? I asked William at one point because I got to get out of here. We broke off to go get some. And I said, hey, man, can you hold a camera? Like, he's like, yeah, but I don't want to. I was like, all right, cool.
Honest.
But yeah, let's jump out to a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to break down our thoughts on why these people use their managers as an excuse. And we'll talk about a really good interview that were dropped on YouTube.
Yeah.
Nerd Thug Radio.
Hashtag talking nerdy to you.